So again, if Embiid doesn't play, I love James Harden. The Nets would just be in such a strong spot there. But we do have another injury situation to monitor, and Bradley Beal is the other guy who we don't know if he's going to play or not tonight. So I think it's similar to Embiid, where if Beal's in, you can get him lower owned because the injury tag has been there and people might be scared off. If Beal doesn't play, we now have Spencer Dinwiddie basically taking over that offense. So it's really an either or. Like, I want to play a Wizards guard somewhere. If Beal's in, I think Beal's a great play. And if Beal's out, Dinwiddie is probably the Slate's best value play. So I think you can kind of go either way there and just wait for the news to break.
Kenny, how about you, dude?
I'll take Mike Conley at $5,700. I still think it's pretty cheap, considering the Sacramento Kings play zero defense, and I don't think much is going to change this year. I think that he's going a little bit overlooked on this slate. I also like Evan Fournier, a little bit more expensive, but 25% usage rate in the opening game. We know what he did with a 30-point game. I think that he's going to be relied upon a little bit more than people might have expected when he was signed. Kemba Walker was not really a big factor in the Knicks backcourt. Derrick Rose played sparingly, and so did Emmanuel Quickley. I think that Evan Fournier is in line for another big game, a lot of minutes against his former team, the Orlando Magic. I think he could be in for a good one as well.
Hey, Nick, you been around someone with a lofty price tag?
I do like Devin Booker at 8,200, but I think you can actually save a decent amount of money and still get some borderline elite options at guard. I think LaMelo Ball at 7,700 feels like a really, really nice early season discount. That price probably rises fairly consistently as the year goes on. Granted, he's probably not hitting 7 threes in 29 minutes like he did on opening night, but I mean, he's also an all-around guy. He added 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals in that game. The matchup against Cleveland is obviously pretty appealing. I think Fred VanVleet is a really nice discount as well at 6,900. And then one game that I think I'm going to try to target overall in my lineups is this OKC Houston game, which it could be kind of a disaster in terms of quality of play, but I think there's a potential for a ton of points. Neither of these teams are going to be very good on defense. So I think someone like Jalen Green at 4,800 going up against OKC, he looked a little overmatched against Minnesota in the opener, but I think the Thunder are a bit more of an advantageous opponent.